Today, I'm going to walk you through my 10 steps that I use to fix my life and get my shit back together. Step number 1, stop eating garbage. So I grew up loving McDonald's. My mom would always bring me and my siblings to fast food places every time that she wasn't able to cook or we had to go to an event or some sort of extracurricular and we weren't able to eat at home. And I created like such a positive association with going to fast food places. And I think that was also a bad issue that I've kind of had to work through for the rest of my life. But one thing that I know now is that fast food and eating out is really, really bad for you. Like it is just horrendous. It doesn't help you. It completely messes you up. Like, look, I ate out like, one day this week and I'm already flaring up. Like it's manifestation of bad things. It's poison. It's really what it is. Like there are quality control issues. People don't put the same care and attention they do into the food that you make at home. Usually you'd be amazed actually how little they care. I've also worked in a restaurant previously, and although that was a fine dining restaurant, there were still things that occurred there that I would never allow to happen in my own kitchen. You are what you eat at the end of the day. And if you eat garbage, you're going to be garbage. So don't protect yourself, protect your health. You are the most important person in your world. If you are not going to be around for very long. You need to prioritize your health. Your body is a temple, protect it as such. It's a castle. Make a moat. Say, I am not going to eat fast food this month or this week or whatever. Like it's a slow process, slow roll. Or you can just go full cold turkey, like whichever works for you. But eventually you will need to cut it off if you want to live properly, you want to think properly. Everything will improve once you do. I really do promise you. Like eliminate fast food immediately, I would say. And then on top of that, if you're eating out at restaurants as well, like try to limit it to just maybe special occasions. I'd say like it's always going to make you worse. Essentially, even if you go to a nice fancy steakhouse and it's like top of the line Michelin star, they put more butter in that stuff than you would believe. They put a lot of sugar in it. There's a lot of weird additives and stuff. Usually that's not happening at the like very bougie places, but even at like the Keg or, other like major like chain locations that are, renowned, it's not good stuff. I wouldn't recommend eating there. Like you could probably do a Super Size Me documentary about just eating at those places. It's not good for you. You need to know exactly what's going in your body at all times. In my opinion, I think that's one of the key aspects of health. Without that, I don't think you really will ever truly be healthy. Having doctored stuff and things that have been altered prematurely somewhere along the processing line, just food control, I think, from, groceries, like from farm to grocery stores is suspect enough. I think having another layer in there where other people are cooking for you who you don't know and don't trust, you don't know their hygiene standards, you don't know how many times they wash their hands. I've seen some crazy stuff. I've seen people go like multiple meals, multiple hours in the kitchen, not washing their hands, touching a bunch of different stuff. If you have allergies, it's a risk. I know the food inspectors try to do their best job and try to keep everyone accountable, but it's just not possible in reality. And you shouldn't trust it. You shouldn't trust it. There is, from my experience working in restaurants, there is no quality control. Quality control that's actually happening is about 25% of what you believe is occurring. So just, keep that in mind. It's not good. And like for evidence, like there was a study done that cleaning up fast food out of your diet reduced depression from 8% to 32%. Okay. I know like most people would be somewhere in the middle of there, but like a 20% improvement, a 17% improvement just from cutting out shit that's already killing you. I do it. I did it. I did it. I slipped up, things happen, mistakes are made, but it's important that you prioritize not doing it the majority of the time and just avoid it as much as possible. I'd say only cave if it's like, special events, maybe like Valentine's Day is probably like one of my only exceptions I'd make. And then even then you like learn to cook at home, make a beautiful dinner for your girlfriend or boyfriend. Like what is stopping you? You save money. You won't have to tip some waiter who doesn't give a shit about the service they're giving you. They don't care. They don't care. They're just there to fleece you for money. Like I've seen a lot of stuff in my time in the kitchen, and this one specifically, I think, is important to remember as a life lesson. Is just don't eat out as much. Cook for yourself. Learn to cook. You eat 3 meals a day, 365 days a year for maybe 75, 80 years of your life. Why would you not want to learn how to cook? It's like literally your lifeblood. It'll save you probably $1 million over the course of that time if you compound it. It just, it doesn't make sense to not know how to cook in my mind. I think it's like a basic human skill. If there was an apocalypse tomorrow, you really think you would be able to get away with ordering McDonald's? Food for thought. In another study that was done, ultra processed foods added an extra 500 calories per day. 500. For context, that's about a half pound of fat per day. And no, unless you are some Michael Phelps level athlete, you're not burning it off. You're putting it on and it's not going on as muscle. If you didn't eat those, you would be, I don't know, probably metabolically stable, able to keep the same weight or maybe go down once in a while, get more lean, put on more muscle, be more physiologically efficient. All of these things could happen if you protect your body. So stop eating garbage, please. Step number 2, stop drinking poison. Everything that is bottled or in a can has been doctored in some way. There can be quality control issues and you don't know what's going into it. Like really, at the end of the day, you have no idea. You have no idea. And like I've seen some of these processing plants, like they have maggots in the machines. Like it's disgusting. It's truly horrendous. And they're producing it like it's no problem. And they're like, oh, they're not infectious. They're not the bad kind. It's fine. It's like, yeah, you don't think that's like a cleanliness issue? You don't think that like can hurt people? They don't care. They don't care. But you should, because it's your body. So protect yourself, protect your peace, stop drinking anything in a bottle or can. This includes sodas. Like obviously, as we all know, or as you should know, added sugars are killing you. They've been recently linked with a whole host of cancers and other diseases, cardiovascular disease. You need to protect yourself and protect your health. And again, they're going to continue to damage you if you continue to consume them. And this includes alcohol. Alcohol is literally poison. It's poison. It's actual poison. If you gave alcohol to a dog or a cat or any other animal, they would die. But humans have somehow managed to finesse themselves and allow their liver to adapt to digest it somewhat, but it's still not 100% and it's still not 99%. It's like 20% maybe. It's just enough that you can keep consuming it and not suffer direct effects during that time. But trust me, like think about it. The way I always think about it is there is always a very optimistic and engaging view of a young alcoholic, like someone who goes to parties, someone who is fun, their life of the party, everyone loves them, they're so entertaining. But you think about that person in 30 years and they're still drinking like they are, it's not really shiny anymore, the picture. Like they are depressed, they hate their life, they are constantly plagued by addiction, they can't get away from it. They can't live like they want to. They're just obsessed. Their finances are in disarray because not only they've been hammered all the time, but they can't stop. Like they have to buy it. And it's plaguing them. And it's not pretty. The way I think about it is you need to think about if you're having alcohol issues and you're in your early 20s or even late 20s, you need to think about like that 40-year or 35 or 40-year-old alcoholic and just be like, that is me. That is me right now. And I need to stop because if I don't, that will definitely be me and it will ruin you. So please protect yourself. You are worth it. You deserve it. Focus on yourself. Focus on your health. Fix your mind. Stop drinking poison. Among people aged 15 to 49, alcohol is linked to 3.8% of female deaths and 12.12% of male deaths. All of these are avoidable if you just stopped putting poison in your body. There are whole architectures and corporations designed to convince you that it's fine. It is not fine. I am telling you right now, it is not fine. As someone who has had to go through it, it is not fine. Don't do it, please. So 2 or more servings per day of alcohol compared to less than 1 per month was linked to a 31% higher all-cause mortality. So you drink 2 times a day or anywhere more than 1 glass a month, you are anywhere from 0 to 31% more likely to die, just like immediately off the bat. So remember that. And like with sodas and everything else, even if it's sparkling water, like I don't trust that stuff either. I've seen some production processes, man. Like I don't believe the hype. They lie. They lie because they want money, right? Like this is well known. Corporations are, these days not held to account. They're deceitful. The FDA and all these other food regulation agencies are not they're bought off. They're bribed, man. Like they're not in, by the time you have some crazy disease or you are dead, they will still be making money and they will not have stopped. So you need to stop. You need to hold yourself accountable and say, I'm not putting poison in my body anymore. Like my only 2 exceptions are water, tea, maybe coffee. I'm still debating that one. I honestly don't trust coffee either for the most part. I try to do my own grounds. I still don't trust coffee beans. I still don't trust that coffee is a good digestive for people. I think people have not evolved long enough drinking coffee that it is healthy for you. But I would say, yeah, like mostly water-based things that you make yourself. If you do make drinks, mix them yourself. Don't get them from people. Don't get them out of a can. Ideally distilled straight into like some sort of lemon or lime mix that you also make yourself. And additionally, I think maybe milk, honestly, but even that's a little sketchy. Try to go organic if you can. It's a little bit more expensive, but you can do a cross comparison and just be like, what'll be worse? Like paying a little more for a very high quality thing that I want. And I'm not saying drink water for the rest of your life for every single meal. Like obviously that would be great for you, but you don't have to. And it makes life a little boring. Like you can have some variety, but yeah, just lots of teas, lots of water. Just stay hydrated. It helps you. And maybe milk once in a while, just for the protein and the calcium, just keeps your bones strong. Breaks and falls are kind of like a very high cause, especially in elderly people. So I think for them, for sure. But if you're lactose intolerant, that's a sign your body doesn't like it. So avoid it in that case. But otherwise, stop drinking poison, drink clean stuff. Clean water, clean teas, keep your brain healthy, keep your body healthy, keep your gut healthy, keep your lungs healthy, all of it. Speaking of keeping your lungs healthy, step number 3, stop inhaling your demons. Anything other than oxygen is killing you. And I want to speak seriously about this. You wouldn't sit in a garage for 10 minutes every day and turn on your car and inhale carbon monoxide, but for some reason you're okay with vaping for 10 minutes a day. And like, I'm not saying that I haven't done this, right? I have. This comes from a place of regret, honestly. It's hurting you. It really is. And the only way that you can stop it is to either reduce it like minute by minute, day by day, or just go cold turkey, whichever works for you. Some people like the addiction's too strong. Cold turkey doesn't work. You go back. Even if you throw everything out, it'll be so strong. You'll still go to the store and buy another one. The key is to remember that the way I thought of it was, imagine you have strep throat, like you're 50 years old and you have strep throat and you wake up one day and your throat is real bad, like really scratchy. I'm sure you've all had some sort of like, COVID-esque virus that's kind of like this. And it doesn't go away. And if anything, it gets worse. And it continues to get worse day over day, month over month. You use everything, lozenges, honey in your tea, like all these hacks, herbals, like you get medication from the doctor, you have cold FX, Buckley's, Benadryl, Advil, Colon Sinus Plus. You use everything. Nothing works. And it gets worse and worse and worse. And then one day they say, your throat's just fucked and your lungs are destroyed. And we're going to have to carve a hole in your throat and put in a tube. Would you want that? Like, think about it objectively. Would you want that? If your answer is no, that's good. That means you're still sane. Congratulations. I want you to work towards a version of yourself that never gets there. Stop poisoning yourself. You are messing with your head. It is not good. Nicotine, THC, like they throw off your normal operation. They throw off your normal neural operation, your physiological operation. I'm not going to go and say they make you dumb. They make you operate at, I'd say, 70% of your normal capacity. And who does that benefit? It definitely doesn't benefit you. Don't you want to accomplish things in your life? Don't you want to build things? Don't you want to do things, enjoy things, have fun without constantly needing this like feed every time? Like it's brutal. It weighs on you. I don't want that for you. So please stop. On top of that, it's a complete and utter waste of money. I like to think of it as well that there are a bunch of like evil bastards in a boardroom cackling, stacking their money and laughing at you. because you're continuing to poison yourself and you're paying them for it. And they are rich. And guess what? They don't smoke those things. And they get to live out their sunny days with millions of dollars because you chose to poison yourself daily, weekly, monthly, for years and years and years. Will you ever get them back? Will you ever say, ha, you didn't get me. I smoked all the time. I didn't catch anything. Probably not. If it hasn't caught up with you now, it will eventually. Trust me on that one. Just go to a hospital or senior's home. You know how many people are on oxygen, wheezing every second they're alive for years, maybe? So for positive, quitting was associated with a 25% alleviation of depression and a 37% reduction in anxiety just from quitting. And as someone who's gone through this, I can attest it's real, it's tangible, and it brings you back. Maybe not to baseline. I'm not going to lie to you. You might never be back to baseline, especially if you've done it for a long time. But at least you try and at least you work on it. And maybe one day you will be. Maybe one day I will be. But like it's a slow march. But you got to drag your feet and you got to get through the mud. And the mud is at the very start when you try to cut it off. So I have faith in you guys. I know you can do it. Just buckle down and put in effort and say no. And just remember those two things I was talking about. Remember the 75-year-old you and remember those sons of bitches cackling in the boardroom. And I think you'll be able to get through it. Step number 4, for fixing your mind, stop consuming cancer. This includes media. So when I was in high school, I had this teacher for geography history, I think, and she was adamant that we should watch the news and we should keep up with the news daily or weekly. And that's how we'd be informed citizens who will help society and we won't get infected by these evil politicians who will, ruin our lives and blah, blah, blah. Like, I think objectively, that is probably some of the worst advice I've ever received in my life. The news is cancer. It is literal cancer. Why do I care about something bad going on the other side of the world? Everyone's like, the world's connected. Everyone's together. Like, fuck that. Fuck that. Like, who cares? Who cares? Like, why are you letting some random crap that your ancestors would never even have heard of, even if someone took a boat and sailed across the ocean for 3 months, they're not going to bring it up as a talking point. Like, who cares? Is it this is kind of how I think about it. Is it affecting you right now? Or will it affect you in the next year? Or will it affect you in the next 10 years? Or will it affect your kids when they grow up and they graduate? If the answer is no to all those things, it does not matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to let people continue to guilt trip you into thinking that you need to latch your empathy onto every one of these random little things. The whole point of the news is to engage you, and they do that by leveraging negative stories because people actually remember and have more visceral emotional reactions to negative things than positive things. It's actually twice as much usually. So I don't call it the news. I call it the bad news because it is primarily bad news. I think I see these days one single good news story in about every 40, 50. How is that good for your health? How is that good for your brain? Like, why do you need all these bad inputs constantly dragging you down and not allowing you to be the person you want to be and build the life you want? It is irrelevant to you. Do not focus on it. It is cancer. It's cancer. It is infecting you with disease. It is impeding your development and impeding your growth. Stop it. Avoid it at all costs and do not value it. It is better to be an uninformed idiot than a hyper-informed crackhead. Like, it's that simple. And on top of that, like, the government will never save you or protect you. So I want you to eliminate this idea that they're going to come in and save the day. No matter what party is in power, all of them do not care about you. I want to make this very clear. They are in power to do what serves their interests and the people who lobby them, period. They can platform on anything they want. They can do whatever they want. But at the end of the day, once they have your vote, you do not matter to them until the next election cycle. And then they're going to get on their hands and knees and they're going to beg and they're going to pretend like, I'm so sorry I did that. Or we're not going to do the bad thing those guys did, but they're going to do another bad thing. Trust me on that. So there was a study done from the Boston Marathon bombing where 6+ hours of news or media consumption per day was linked to triple the amount of acute stress as people who were not exposed to that. So think about what that does for your cardiovascular health, your heart health, your everything from creating blood clots to like lack of proper blood flow, like protect yourself. Also, there was a social media study done where just looking at social media for an hour per day increased depressive symptoms by 7 to 9% in random people versus controls. Like it's constantly bogging you down. Like it's something you don't need. Why is it serving you? So you can get a quick laugh every 18 videos, and 17 of the videos are negative garbage that just infects you with bad ideas and bad behaviors and things that aren't socially acceptable, things that go against your morals, really. But it's for a laugh, so it's okay. Like you need to protect yourself and protect your mind and protect your head and protect your body in like all aspects. And it's not helping you looking at these things and being plagued by millions of delusion. There's thousands of studies been done that social media is horrible for you. So avoid it like the plague. Avoid the news like the plague. Do not talk about politics. Do not talk about, if it didn't happen in your city or around your street, you should not be concerned with it. It is not worth your time. Go back to what you're doing. If there is something that is so bad that you need to know about it, someone will tell you. So just follow that principle, really, and you'll be as informed as you need to be. And if something's really bad and it's really getting there, someone will tell you. And then the key thing is, if they do tell you, do not search it up after, because that's how you go down the rabbit hole and you get sucked back into it. So just avoid it at all costs. Do not engage. You can absorb what they say, I guess. Also take it with a grain of salt and take it through their personality and how they interpret things as well. Like take that into factor, but don't do it. Don't spend time on it. Spend time on things that mean stuff to you. And I can assure you, watching social media and reading and watching the news are essentially meaningless. And they are tricking you into thinking they do have meaning. And that's how they get your attention. And your attention is their money. So just remember, you are paying them to feel worse. Number 5 out of 10 is experience real photons. Your body needs vitamin D, and getting it in pill form is not good enough. I'm sorry. If you want to feel healthier and you want to feel more mentally clear, be able to think properly, express yourself properly, you need to go outside at least every day or at least an hour and get sun on your face, on your skin, and absorb it. It will dramatically improve your mood stability. It will improve how you perceive things. It will improve your recognition and observation skills, and it will improve your work ethic. At the end of the day, you were made to be outside predominantly most of the time. Obviously not in extreme sun and extreme weather, blah, blah, blah. But for 99% of the days of the year, you were intended to be underneath the sun receiving photons. Vitamin D is actually one of the biggest regulators in your immune system. So if you are inside, like a hermit, everyone alludes to people like, gaming all day, the Reddit mods, they have a sickly metaphor to them because they are inside as one of the key aspects. You need to get outside. As the kids say, touch grass. But it's not specific to nature, I guess. It's specific to being exposed to the sun and photons and real photons, not just fake stuff, from a computer screen or a key light. Like you need to go outside and actually experience life and real, noises and sounds, like sounds of the rain, sounds of cars driving through water puddles, sounds of birds. Like all of these things will aid in your mental health and your clarity and also your normal human processing. Like it's an essential aspect of you being alive and you being able to regulate. Nature walks as well, like going through nature. There's tons of studies where nature has improved mental health and mood drastically. A 90-minute nature walk reduced rumination by 3 to 7% in subjects. So it actively makes you less anxious and more focused. Sounds like a win to me. As well, vitamin D has been linked to depression. People with low vitamin D are 60% more likely to be depressed. So, work on it. Go outside, get vitamin D, don't be depressed, feel better, do it for yourself. I think it's worth it. I think you should do it. It will help you and you'll just breathe fresh air, experience life, real life, like your ancestors did, not this boxed up life where you're staring at a computer screen and interacting with people virtually who you don't even know are people. Half of them are probably robots and bots and, those monkeys in the Superman movie typing on computers. Like they're not. Go experience real life with real people and you will feel better and it will fix your brain.